Hey everybody, this is Geneva of Geneva's Closet Talk Show. Please make sure you like and share this video and subscribe to Geneva's Closet if you haven't already done so right here on YouTube. And you can follow me on Facebook at Geneva's Closet. And you can email me at genevascloset22@gmail.com. Now, let's get into the news.
The timid request was entirely unexpected.
I don't know if this is possible, but can I give her a hug, please?
Yes.
18-year-old Brandt John shocking the courtroom by leaving the stand during his victim impact statement for a most unlikely embrace. Amber Guyger wept as she hugged the younger brother of the man she shot and killed. A jury had just sentenced a former Dallas officer to 10 years in prison for murdering Botham John, an unarmed neighbor she had mistaken for a burglar when she accidentally entered the wrong apartment last September.
As for that hug, had you ever seen anything like that before?
Never.
Even Guyger's defense team was floored.
I think he showed with his grace and forgiveness how we should heal, and I hope that people that were upset by the verdict will follow his example.
The judge so moved, she also hugged Guyger and gave her her personal Bible.
No justice, no peace!
But outside the courtroom, outrage from those who thought the punishment was too lenient.
Are you serious?
Overnight, small groups of protesters took to the streets. Prosecutors had asked for a sentence of no less than 28 years, the age John would have turned this week.
It does not seem like the punishment fits the crime.
Civil rights attorney Ben Crump represents John's mother, Allison, who was surprised to see her younger son hug Guyger.
Did you expect that at all?
I didn't expect it at all. I didn't know what he was going to do.
Would you have done the same thing that your son did?
Maybe not now.
The gut-wrenching trial lasted just more than a week, but the pain may last a lifetime.
I think what Brandt did was to heal himself. But I don't want forgiveness to be mistaken with a total relinquishing of responsibility.
This morning, all of the pent-up emotion on both sides, perhaps captured in a simple but powerful gesture.
Had to endure. And I want to start with that moment. You were on the stand, you're talking about the impact of your brother's death. His killer is right across from you, and you wanted to give her a hug. What made you make that decision to ask for a hug?
I knew that I just told her that I forgave her. And with usual instances, the words only, they mean something, but I felt like that wasn't enough. And that was just my gesture, my decision of saying, my decision to make that, my decision of letting her know that I truly forgive her. And that was just my way, no one else's way, my decision.
And you
just
said
my way of letting her know that she is truly forgiven. We don't know if she may commit suicide in the future. We don't know what's gonna happen. I just felt like I had to get that point across to her.
And you said that your brother was a kind and compassionate man. So what do you think he would have thought of that moment?
I honestly think he was for it. No, nothing else.
And when you two were embracing, it looked as if you were speaking quietly to each other. Can you tell us what was said?
Kind words. I can't say.
And we can respect that. And there's some people who are not ready to forgive her. So what can you say to those people who are not ready to forgive Amber Guyger?
Just like each and everyone has steps to get towards actually forgiving. I probably went through those faster than other people. Yeah. Some people went through it faster than me. If you are trying to forgive her, understand that she is a human being. She still deserves love. She made a mistake that she probably truly regrets. So if you want to forgive her, just understand that God forgave you, and I know that every time I ask God for forgiveness, He forgives me. So who am I to not forgive someone who asks? I waited 1 year to hear I'm sorry, and I'm grateful for that. And that's why I forgive her.
And what do you hope others learn from that moment in court? Because, you know, everyone has been talking about this moment. I think there's something there for everyone to take from it. And what do you hope that people learn from that moment?
This is what you have to do to set yourself free. You know, I didn't really plan on living the rest of my life, you know, hating this woman. I know that there's something called peace of mind, and that's the type of stuff you need to do to have peace of mind. That is why I wake up happy in the morning. That is why I want to live happy later on in my life.
And I want to bring in your family attorney, Lee Merritt. And Lee, you represent the family. And there's some mixed emotions about the hug.
Yeah, there are. And, you know, there's mixed emotions within the family itself. As Brent explained it to me this morning, it really hit home for me. He wanted not only to forgive her in words, but he wanted her to believe him. So just saying it, she may not be convinced. So he asked to give a physical display of that forgiveness so that she would be free and so that he could authentically be free. Now, everyone in that family is hurting desperately because they love Botham Shaw. And they won't be able to get past that hurt if they can't forgive their killer, his killer. They believe that, I believe that, and so it was an important first step. And I mean, I'm exceptionally proud of him, and he taught me something in that moment.
Well, Lee, does the family feel that justice was served in this case?
We believe in the legal system. We believe in the domain of the jurors. We hoped, we agreed with the district attorney that it should have been on the upper end of the spectrum, that the sentence should have been closer to 28 years than 10 years. That would be closer to justice, but that is a whole separate conversation from the spiritual release of forgiveness.
And I want to thank you both for joining us in the midst of a tough time. Brandt, you know, you're going to go follow your brother's footsteps. You're going to his alma mater, Harding University. We want to wish you and your family well, young man. And Lee, thank you so much for joining us. And
thank you.
Godspeed, you guys. Thank you so much. And what an incredible lesson in forgiveness.
Good morning to you. You spoke with two of those jurors who convicted Amber Guyger of murdering her neighbor.
Yeah, Cecilia, these two jurors gave us a glimpse of what it was like inside that jury room as they made this difficult decision. And they told me there were sleepless nights and a lot of tears.
I think that was one of the hardest things I've ever had to do.
This morning, two of the jurors who found former Dallas police officer Amber Guyger guilty of murdering Botham Jean are speaking out.
There's no way we can ever know what he would want, but I think we all had to make a decision that we could live with and that our conscience could be sound with.
The diverse jury, made up of 8 women and 4 men, all of varying ethnicities, sentenced Amber Guyger to 10 years behind bars. These jurors telling us the decision was not an easy one.
There was a lot of crying.
A lot of crying.
When we were told to go decide between 5 and life, that was like, we didn't have words.
Prosecutors were asking for 28 years.
They were.
You all landed at 10.
After hearing about how his family talked about him, he seemed like just the light in their lives, and he was kind and just caring and forgiving. And I told everyone, I was like, I'm really having a hard time with this because we all agree that it was a mistake, and I don't think Bo would want to take harsh vengeance. I think he would want to forgive her. And I didn't feel like I had any right to speak for him, and he isn't there to talk for himself. But listening to how people talked about him, I felt like he would forgive her.
They asked for 28 years, and I'm going to be honest and true. I was like, I can't give her 28 years. I know a lot of people are not happy about the 10 years, but I felt like, you know, for this case was not like any other case. You can't compare this case to any of those other officers killing unarmed black men. those officers that killed unarmed black men, when they got out, they went back to living their lives. Amber Guyger, ever since she killed that man, she has not been the same. She showed remorse and that she's gonna have to deal with that for the rest of her life.
Can I give her a hug, please? Please?
It was this moment of grace and forgiveness to Guyger from Jean's brother Brandt that has the jurors convinced they made the right decision.
We found out this morning about what his brother did, and it kind of helped us feel like we ended up with the right decision.
One thing that Botham can teach us all is that we should all love each other instead of hate each other. And I honestly think that if Botham would have just got shot and not killed, I think he would have forgiven Amber Guyger.
And there was such a strong reaction to what Bo's brother did on the stand. In fact, Jean's sister, Alyssa, released a moving statement online saying, in part, what Brandt did, I truly admire. I pray every day to get to the point of forgiveness, and he is already there. Michael?
All right, thank you.
I would like to know how you all feel about this situation, and while you are letting me know, could you please like and share this video and subscribe to Geneva's Closet if you haven't already done so right here on YouTube. And you can follow me on Facebook at Geneva's Closet, and you can email me at genevascloset22@gmail.com. You all have a fabulous day, and I will talk to you later. Bye.